Like countless communities across Britain, Sutton-in-Ashfield, a former mining town in Nottinghamshire, still bears the social scars of the coal industry's collapse 40 years ago. 1 in 5 families living here need state support, but for many, the benefits don't cover the everyday cost of living, and the pandemic has made problems worse. Jodie has 5 kids. The food bank here gives her parcels, but until recently, she'd go hungry so her children could eat.
My kids come first aid, need feeding. I can go longer without food than they can, so I can live off a slice of toast. My kids need the meals a day.
Now she's a volunteer, giving back to the cause that's helping many people get through the pandemic. Her story is not unusual. 250 families are fed this way each week here. 4 more joined the list today.
We've had people that can't afford nappies, baby food, dummies. We've had to set up a baby bank and a hygiene bank. So at the start of COVID, we have to have the hand sanitizer to give them, cleaning products to keep the houses nice and clean. So we've had to get people to donate all sorts.
The food bank works with the local college, providing cookery classes, not just the ingredients.
Because they've got families and they don't know how to cook, they find it difficult to find time because they don't know how much time would it take to actually cook a nutritious meal. So it's, again, upskilling them.
COVID rules may have eased, but the financial squeeze remains. Yet the £20 a week top-up to universal credit disappears from today. While the pandemic was raging, the government stepped in with the extra support. The Chancellor Rishi Sunak says it's now served its purpose. Martin thinks the job is far from done.
There may be a popular public perception that once COVID seems to have receded, once as a country we appear to have got on top of it as a health and as a medical issue, then the problem is over. In the effects that it has, the impact is long-lasting and we think is going to carry on for many months, if not years, after the actual pandemic itself. And that is in terms of the economic dislocation that people are suffering because of, we know what's happened in key sectors, economic sectors like hospitality and catering and in retail and so on, which are big employment sectors locally.
In Ashfield's district, 10,000 families are losing out on the extra £1,000 a year boost. Politicians, both Labour and Conservative, want the uplift to stay. The leader of Ashfield's Independent Council can't believe that it's ending so close to Christmas.
I think it's an absolute no-brainer. We've come through COVID and Brexit. They have created some of the toughest financial climates for families in our lifetime, in living history. And at this time, to put more financial burden on families is absolutely wrong. Not only is it wrong morally, but it's financially stupid, because if people haven't got money in their pocket, they're not spending it. You know, we're desperately trying to regenerate town centres like this, but if people can't afford to shop, to buy a present for Christmas, or can't even afford to buy goods to live very well, then the whole economy starts to collapse. So it's fiscally irresponsible and it's morally reprehensible.
In other parts of the East Midlands, the scale of the problem is worse. In Leicester, 1 in 3 families will lose out on the cash. Nationally, it's 5.5 million. The Joseph Rowntree Foundation, the national charity behind these statistics, says that the benefit slash will suck billions of pounds out of local economies and plunge 500,000 people into poverty. In a statement, the Department for Work and Pensions said that the uplift was always going to be temporary, and it's right for the government to focus on jobs and supporting people back into work. Life in many ways is heading back to normal, but for millions of people, the nightmare that COVID is causing is yet to end.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.